Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Aurogiri. And I know it's been a while, it's been a hot minute. Barely done any videos this update because this update's pretty small, just story-based stuff, collecting, no real events, no real things going on. Not many people are playing right now, and you know, it's to be expected. So, but today I'm coming to you with big news. So, last video we did on Onigiri, I'm pretty sure it was talking, really speculating about the level cap raise that JP Onigiri got, the 135. Like 135 was like, we knew it was all coming. We didn't know when it was coming, but it's finally hit Japan and it'll be like coming overseas soon enough, probably within the year, I want to say. And thanks to our friends on Discord, namely Santoriu and I believe Lily, we got some more information about this update and on another one we talked about earlier. The I called them artisan scrolls. And what I meant by that was it's just like this universal scroll that you could use for any Vanguard to raise its awakening level. So like as long as you had the base Vanguard, so as long as you had one scroll of Oda or Mia or Lancelot, Kintoki, anything, you'd be able to use one of these scrolls as like a one size fits all, like boost their awakening level up, but it wouldn't actually physically level them up. Like the regular scrolls boost them by 10 and boost your awakening level by 1. So that's what I thought these scrolls did. And I'm actually going to start with this topic before I get to the EXP. Because the EXP is mostly just numbers. But I was given a screenshot. And it shows the black cat in Onigashima. And that's the one you exchange your Yozuru tickets for. And all these little things you get. Like torn gacha pieces. All that stuff in the game. You exchange them there. So he's in charge of exchanging these as well. And that scroll is called Articles of Awakening, and there's one for Vanguard, Mount, and Assist character. And that's what they're called respectively. So these scrolls, like, are, if this screenshot is to be believed, and it's an in-game screenshot, like it's not doctored or nothing, like if what I'm reading is true, then these scrolls are too good, as I said in the title. They are worded too good. So let me take 2 seconds here to just read out this description. And I got this picture from Lily, I believe, so credits to her. So it says, Articles of Awakening Vanguard, you can't trade it, can't do nothing like that. It says, and I quote, if you use the max level awakening button, so that's going to be the new button that gets added to the Vanguard menu. There's going to be like the level up friendship button, and then there's going to be a button that says max level awakening. We couldn't read this in Japanese, but that's apparently what it says. And that's a very daunting title, max level awakening. Nani? What is that? So it says, if you use the max level awakening button, then your partner character's awakening level will be raised to the highest level possible. Not just one level. It doesn't say it boosts it by 1, doesn't level them by 10. It just says it will boost their awakening level to the highest level possible. Now I'm starting to think that the YouTube chat is all messed up again. And I'm gonna open up YouTube here so I can get a little chat window, because I feel like some people are talking because there's 9 viewers, and I feel like YouTube's being fucky again. So just allow me a second to just adjust this here. I don't know why YouTube's being like that. YouTube streaming. So let's see. Yeah, because there are comments. Yeah, because Abyss and Blue Soul commented, and it's not showing up on stream. So my apologies, you guys. How you guys doing? So now that we got the chat pulled up, which is always great to have, get that pop-out chat, beautiful, beautiful pop-out chat. So let's see here. So yeah, so just to restate that, Articles of Awakening, Vanguard, Mount, and Assist character. This is the picture for Vanguard. So obviously it would be a similar concept, yet just slightly different for the Mount and the Assist partner. But what it's saying is it will raise the Awakening level to the maximum level possible. To the highest level possible. So what does that mean in practice? So this really deviates from our theory and goes way above and beyond it. And that means if you have a one-scroll Miyamoto, right? And Miyamoto is a really good example. If you have a one-scroll Miyamoto, and you use this max awakening level scroll, Miyamoto would essentially go from being level 1 at an awakening level 1, going to level 1 awakening level like 10. Like, for perspective, I can't open this during the metal mount, but for perspective, so if I click on Miyamoto here, we can see that her awakening level is 5. I'm sorry, her awakening level is 5. So it's not awakening level 10, but in my mind I think it's 10. So basically she would be level 1 with just this lit up. And it would be awakening level 1, and her actual level would be a level awakening level 1. So if you use this scroll, it would essentially keep her character level at 1, but it would bump up her awakening level straight to 5. Straight to 5. So you'd have a level 1, quote-unquote, 5-scroll Miyamoto. And that means she would have access to every single one of her skills that require her to have a certain awakening level. I'm not sure if I can still see them even if I have it awakened or not. My apologies. But like Soulbinding 8, for example, this says you must have awakening level 3, so you'd have access to that. You'd have access to basically Holy Heavenly Supremacy. Yeah, all that stuff would work. I mean, these are basic skills, so basic skills aren't really paywalled. Yeah, so here's Eternal War 7, Eternal War 8. You have to be awakening level 3, level 120. So you wouldn't even have, like, even if you did this for Miyamoto, you would not have access to Eternal War 8, any of the 8 skills, because it's like, you have to be awakening level 3, but it also has that level requirement of 120. So basically what this would mean is as you leveled up Miyamoto manually, you farmed weapons in Azami for like a year, or not even a year, like maybe like a week. 100 wouldn't take that long. And maybe like 2 weeks. Depends how hard you play. You'd be able to get her to like 100, 101, but she would have access to every single skill up to level 100 that requires any awakening level. Which is usually just awakening level 3. Nothing really requires awakening level 5. Like even Sepulcher 6. Yeah, even Sepulcher 6. Like if you have a basic Miyamoto, you just get Sepulcher 5. Or Sepulcher. So you'd have access to both Sepulcher 6 and Sepulcher 7 right off the get-go. Well, no, actually, you'd have to level her up to 135. That's where it gets janky, because you have to level her up as well. That's what makes Miyamoto a weird case, so I want to talk about her. Because even if you use this, you're basically getting access to every rank 6 skill she has, regardless of how many scrolls you have. And that's going to be quite scary. You wouldn't get skills like Holy Heavenly Supremacy, and you wouldn't get Heart. You would actually have to level her up to like 110 manually, and then get 5 scrolls of her. And that's going to make Miyamoto a unique case in this scenario. Because Miyamoto goes to 150, this scroll is going to be helpful for like basic Miyamotos, but it's not going to help out anyone that already has a Miyamoto 5-scrolled or 9-scrolled and they just need one more, because it's not going to actually physically level her up. And with regular Miyamoto, you cannot like physically level her like past 120. Like, I don't know what weapons you're feeding her, but it will never work. She will not go past 120 by feeding. She has to be merge other scrolls into her. But for contrast, let's see what a Vanguard like Kirin, level 1 Kirin, you use that scroll and she's going to jump straight from Awakening level 1 to Awakening level 5. And the other advantage to boosting the Awakening level is that as long as you have that one Vanguard and you activate this, your Vanguard is going to last for the whole 3 minutes you get for Vanguard swap. And that's the biggest thing. Like, a lot of the time, like, for example, Kirin doesn't really have an awakening level on this thing. Like, Miyamoto, we saw like a blue flame, red flame, you needed that. Kirin, she gets all her moves just by leveling her up. So if you had a one-scroll Kirin, and you just, this is for anything, one-scroll Kirin, Azura, Oda Nobunaga, Valkyrie, anyone like that that doesn't get skills from an outside source, either by going to 150 or going to get a Halloween scroll or whatever. Anything like that, if it's all just internal leveling, you just get your one scroll of that Vanguard, you pop in this thing, you level them up physically to 100, and you now effectively have a 5-scroll Vanguard at like a $50 cost to you, assuming you have this Awakening scroll. And I say $50 because usually when you have when a Vanguard is like on focus, like they are the Vanguard of the month and it's not too clustered, and you manage to get one Vanguard scroll, you're able to just plug and play, you hard level up, and you're good to go. And you get the whole 3 minutes. Like, it's amazing. It's actually amazing. Hey Yellow, hey San, hey Naraku. Naraku, I don't know what happened to the PS4 chat. I don't know what's going on with it. It's been like this on and off pretty much. Reroll one item, rip unlimited chances of rerolling. Seems like it only works for Mia, Sasuke, and Sakura. I guess Sasuke also goes to 150, you're right. That's a good point. I forget that Sasuke's a 150 Vanguard. Just because she's not, like, Godspeed broken. But she's also 150, that's right. But, like, for example, my Himiko is Awakening level 3. If I had one of these scrolls, I could pump it into her and she'd instantly jump to Awakening level 5. I'd get the full 3 minutes on her, and that'd be fantastic. Prime example is my Gawain. Gawain is level 1, Awakening 1, she's fresh, I've never used her. And if I pumped that scroll into her, she would instantly be a 5-scroll Vanguard, and I would just have to physically level her up with weapons, and she would have access to all her skills at level 100. Like, it's a really big game changer. Like, when I first read this, I was like, I want a rebate. You know, I went in on Miyamoto to get that 10 scroll. Now Miyamoto's a different case, but like I went in on so many Vanguards. Like I want a rebate. Like if this would have been in since day one, Onigiri would have been like the most accessible game. We'd love events. We'd love getting these scrolls. You just get one scroll. You're good to go. Like for example, a Vanguard like Tristan, right? Tristan takes 10 scrolls. Mind you, they're gold and they're a little bit easier to get. You would be able to use this and Tristan would jump straight to Awakening level 10. Straight to 10. And you just have to physically level her up. Like, that's easy, man. Like, this game's going to be so much easier for the new people playing. So much easier. And it's just going to, like, fill in those puzzle pieces that the experienced players have. Like, it's just going to be like this skeleton key to make something work. Like, it's just going to help. So, and I think that's a bit of a mixed bag, because some people would be like, I spent so much, this is annoying, and other people are going to be like, this is great, I've always wanted this, and it's going to be like a little split at first, but like anything in Onigiri, you can't really do anything about it. It's just how it is. Like, in the grand scheme of things, I would rather they didn't even have Vanguards. It was all like player-based and skill-based, and we didn't have to, like, we spent money on skills and not Vanguards, but, you know, that's not the world we live in. Here I am riding them out. And, like I said, that would apply to Ifrit and all the assist partners as well. Like, if you had all your Vanguards maxed out for whatever reason, and you had nothing else, like, you could literally just chuck it into Gargoyle or Parvis and they would be done. Or I have a 1-scroll Raijin. I could use this on a 1-scroll Raijin, level him up in a week, and my Raijin is done. Like, it would be that easy. Like, for mounts, it's so easy, because, like, oh my god. And then there's the events where Kinkame shows up, and it's like, hey, you can get a free scroll. It's like, okay, give me this. Give me a free meta, and let me just like go pump this into meta. Now, concerning meta and Ho-Oh, who, for those of you that are aware, meta and Ho-Oh have like multiple lines to level up. So like for meta right now on PC, like meta has her meta Toshi form, then you have Inuchiyo, and then you have like sealed Inuchiyo, and those are 3 different lines. For these characters, how I believe it's gonna work is that when you use it, it's gonna bring up the list, like what class do you want to use it on. So if you wanted the Wind Toshi, like Spear Toshi, you wanted to go 5 scroll, then you'd use it on that. And once that happens, they all last for 3 minutes anyway. So maybe that it's hard for Toshi, because Toshi lasts, I think with Toshi they have a cumulative, like they last X amount of time based on how many scrolls you have, period, regardless of where you allocate them. But then like if you use it on Spear Toshi, you have access to all the Spear Toshi's moves. And then if you use it on like Sexy Toshi or Inuchiyo, then you're gonna have access to all of Inuchiyo's moves. And then if you go Sealed Inuchiyo, same thing. Like I don't think it'll be one fits all for that scenario. I think for those vanguards, you'd have to use 3 of these scrolls to get all of them filled out. And this would be the same for Ho-Oh. Like you'd have to use until I'm proven wrong by someone actually doing it. This is how I think it works. And for Ho-Oh, it would be like, okay, I'm going to max out her twin swords, and I got another scroll, I'm going to max out her bow, and then I got another scroll, and I'm going to max out her Odachi sword. Like, that's how it would go. That's how I assume it would go. Yeah. So you got, yeah, like, this is great for your one-ofs. For sure. For anything, really. Like, a lot of people, myself included, don't roll a lot in the game anymore because because you can't, like, because there comes a point where it's like, oh, you've maxed out how many scrolls you can have for Miyamoto. Are you going to turn this into, like, 30 points? No, fuck off. I know what this is worth. This is not worth an Ogi. And it's just like, I don't want to roll because I know I'm going to get the thing I don't need. What used to be, like, a 1%... like, let's assume Vanguards are like a 1% return. It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go roll when Miyamoto's the only one there, spend 200, and I'm good to go. Like, that was legit it when Vanguards first came out. And now it's like, I'm gonna put in 250 and hope I get a scroll and a half for something I actually need, because then you have that 1% divided by potentially 2 or 3. And even 2 is catastrophic because you have to win coin flips. Coin flips are impossible. Let alone when the coin turns into a dice and it's a 5-sided Vanguard cube and Raijin keeps popping out and you're like, fuck. But, yeah, these things are awesome. Like, don't get me wrong, like, they're amazing. There's something, I'm pinning start to skip and it's not working. But, like, they are going to revolutionize this game in ways we've dreamed of. I mean, by now, a lot of us have just bit the bullet, but like as Bejoyful said, I have a 1 scroll of this. This is amazing. And that's how it's going to be for a lot of Vanguards and a lot of people. They're going to be like, okay, I just got to get 1 Lancelot. Like, I know Eva, she's like, I want to get 1 Lancelot. Like, she's like working right now. She's like, I'm going to have so much money. She's like, I'm going to get 1 Lancelot when she comes back. And when she comes back, I will have her. And then when these scrolls come out, she just has to get 1. And then she just has to bide her time and just plug that baby in, level up Lancelot in the meantime, bam, good to go. Like, it's pretty fantastic. Please excuse the sloppy high-tier gameplay of trying to hit him with Bloodstained Rebellion. So, all in all, I think they're going to be awesome. And I said I was going to take 2 minutes to talk about this, but it turned into like 20 minutes. But, to be honest, now we got to get on to the other part of this video, which is EXP values. Oh my god, I got frozen. Woo! I'ma lose. So, San posted the EXP values for the game, or for 130 to 135, and I don't know if he has access to it or not, but we also talked about how they're going to redux the EXP up to 130. I wonder if that's on the wiki or wherever he got that information. I want to know that information. Like, how much is it now to get to 130 as compared to what it is for us to get to 130 now? Like, I want to know that information. Oh my god, thank you. Please God. Okay. It's on the forum? Yeah, like, what? Thank Renera? Okay, so thanks. 18 minutes in the dungeon! Thanks, San, and indirectly Renera. So, on the forum? I never go to the forums. Ugh. Like the old stuff? So you tell me I gotta go to like Onigiri, or if my computer wants to type. Onigiri forum. Onigiri forum. I've gone here like once, and it was to find out a build for spear, and the guy's like, get 2 literatures and like an Ares, and you're good to go. This was like in 2016. I don't know what to look for. Can I search the forum? I can. Then I will search 135. Furion? No, that's like 2 years ago. Jesus. I don't know how to forum. Yeah, like, I saw you posted on the Discord. Like, let me try and pull that up. Was that just in general chat? I think it was in general chat. So I'll give you guys what I have now before I try to give you what I don't have. I gotta find it. And right after I found it, everyone just started posting some crazy messages. There it is. So, EXP values for everything is, can I do this just for the just to make things more convenient? Yeah, okay. So I just posted a bunch of numbers in the chat. Hey Batista. Yeah, I saw the ring outs in there. Hey Batista. Yeah, generally, if you can get your hands on one of these other scrolls from events, then technically, yes, you can take a 1 scroll Vanguard to max awakening and then level them up to 100. This is less so the case for Miyamoto, Sasuke, Maida, and Ho-Oh, because of them going to 150 and having multiple lines of scrolls. So what I just posted there is the EXP values, what you need to hit certain levels. So your total experience to hit 131 is going to be 312 billion. So to put that in perspective, they did redux it. E-experience is reduxed. So we can guarantee from that information alone that to hit 130, you're probably gonna see something around 250 billion, around that range, I'm assuming. But as it is right now, anyone who is 130 will instantly jump to 131, so long as your experience is 312 billion. So that's pretty good. And then to hit 132, you are going to need 390 billion experience. So for those of us who are 130, the majority, the 1%, we're going to take, it's going to take us like 12 18 billion to level up, which is like a couple hours, and we can't use EXP tickets anymore. That's a big thing. EXP tickets are null and void when it comes to getting past 130. So use them before then, or save them up for your Parvis or whatever. You know, do what you gotta do. So 18 billion for me. I'll be like 132, and like if I get a legit day off, like I might just grind it up. 18 billion, it's probably a lot to be honest, but it's not that bad. Like 132 is pretty obtainable. Like as soon as that update drops and login hits that day, I'm gonna be 131. Like bam. Like that's how they said it was gonna happen. That's how it's gonna happen. Then 133 is about little less than 100 billion away, so it's about 97 billion, something like that. But it's 487 billion, so that is less than 100 billion away, 90 something. And essentially, to get from 130, from like any current 130 player is going to need to farm 100 billion experience, like legit farm it, to go to 133. Then to get to 134, you're going to need 585 billion total. So that is going to be an increase of another 100 billion. Actually, yeah. So I was kind of right with that prediction, that it's like 131 is like, it's already going to be achieved assuming you're 130. 132 is like, is 80 bill different than 131. 133 is like 100 bill different. And then 134 is another 100 bill different. 101 billion actually. And then 134 to 135 is going to be a 200 billion jump at 702 billion experience. So if you break it all down, me being at 372 and I need to get to 702, it literally means I would have to go to 130 through pure EXP leveling. Pure EXP leveling. Like again. So if we go to our little handy dandy calculator on the phone, it's beautiful, and we take 372, multiply that by 2, that's 744. So we're already halfway there. Like if you're 130, you're already halfway to 135, but it's essentially doubling what it took to get 130. So if you've done it once, you got to do it again. And I kind of predicted it was going to be like that. It's like before, people used tickets and they paid their way there. Now they're going to be like, man, did you know that EXP tickets are cheaper than experience boosts? And we only sell 200% experience boosts? Oh, really? I didn't know that, Cyberstep comrade. How about we make them use EXP boosts to get to 130 again? Oh, that is genius, comrade. Let us implement that post-haste. Is there a need to hit 135? We haven't made any weapons that go to 135, or any mags that require it. You're right. But people are very prideful and toxic on Onigiri, and they like to compete with the big level contest. They will do it on their own without any need for it. Ha ha ha. And then they just put it in the game. And there's like, apart from like 100 stat points, there's currently no other items that require 135 to my knowledge. But people will be like, well, I'm ready for whatever weapon to drop and give me an extra 5,000 attack because I'm this level. So that's how that's looking. I couldn't really find anything on the, what's that word? On the, frig, I can't think of words. On the forum about 135. Oh, this is just straight up the translation. Oh shit, okay. Here's the new chart. Okay, so there's a chart on the forum. There's the chart. I see it. I see it now. I see it now. Okay, sorry if that was loud. I apologize if that was loud. But I do have the other information I was looking for. So let's just look at that real quick. Yeah, Bejoyful, high five, because that's all that matters. I gotta tell you, you've been watching me a lot, because that's all I ever talk about is damage cap. I don't care what level. I'm already hitting. I hit a damage cap with like a you know, a semi-chub Verdant Storm. It's not even full power, and I'm going damage cap. Like, this gotta stop. You know? Like, it's half cocked, and I don't need to cock it more because it does the job. Where's the fun in that? So, looking at 120, and they're all based off tiers. Like, they go by 5 levels. It's really cool. So, this chart, and shoutouts to who put this together, Renner, I believe you said. It's saying, like, if you're level 100, to hit level 100, it's like, I don't even know what these numbers are, because they're not billions anymore. So 9 digits, what's 9 digits? 9 digits is like 100 million, what? That's impossible. Really? That doesn't make sense. Oh, maybe. So, I guess it's 100 million to hit level 100. And then it's like every like 30 million experience. Like on the dot, you can see it. Every like 30 million experience, you just level up. And it goes up and up to like 110. Like 115 is like, I think it's only at 114 that you've received your first billion experience. So at 114, you've received the first billion of experience based on this new chart. And then to hit 121, it's like 10 billion. To hit 121 is 10 billion. And then 122, it's like 40 bill. No, I don't know what it is. Like 4 mil, I don't know. Yeah, 40, something like that. And it goes up and up and up. And then we only start seeing like 100 billion as a reference. Yeah, these are all just 20 bill, 10 bill, things like that. 5 billion to go from 122 to 123. That's like half. That's legit half. It was like 11 billion to get somewhere back then. 124 is like, it's 8 billion to go from 123 to 124, and 124 to 125 is like 9 billion. 126 is like 13 billion. 127 is like another 13 billion, something like that. Yeah, 15 billion. And 127 is like almost 20 billion. 128 is like almost another 20 billion, and then 129 is like 40 billion, and then 130, from 129 to 130, it's like 70 billion. Like, no one level takes 100 billion. Like, they just took the piss right out of it. And then when going from 130, the old 130 is 208 billion. 131 is going to be 104 billion you have to level up. Like, that's something there. That is something there. 104 billion. And then it just is like, it's 104 billion to get from 130 to 131. And then from 131 to 132, it's like 80 billion, 88 billion, and then 133 is about 100 billion, and then another 100 billion, and then 200 billion to hit 135. So it's about, from, in the new case, if you're a new 130, and a lot of you will just graduate to like really close to 130. If you're any close at 129, you're just gonna pop 130 like real easy. And you're just gonna like jump. Yeah, it's gonna be really easy to level up. Yeah, like it's like half as hard, to be honest. Like to hit 130, they shaved off 170 billion experience. Gone. But that experience is still accumulated, it's still counted, and that's gonna, if you manage to hit 130 before this update, whenever it comes, you're gonna jump right to 131, and you'll be right on the fringe of 132. And then, for current 130 players, they are literally 412 billion experience away from leveling up to max, which is double what we have right now. For sure. For sure. But it's good to have those values. I want to know if I can do this. Probably can't. Oh, there's the link to the forums. If anyone wants to look at it, you just like click it and scroll down. And so I didn't even read what they said about it. Currently level is this. So if it comes, it'll be 130 away, 18 billion away. Yeah, that's exactly what I just said. I could have read this all. They already did it for me. But from the machine translating, the update seems that EXP tickets will be limited to 130 and under. Yep. This may mean that only older level 130s will have the privilege of abusing EXP tickets. That only older level 130s will have the privilege of abusing EXP ticket dungeon from 208 to 237 rather than leveling at Dew Creek. Currently 130s hold on to those EXP boosts, and future 130s consider topping off now. Yeah, so that is good advice. That is generally good. Yeah, that's Renera right there. Yeah, that's the in-game name Renera right there. Yeah, yeah. This is the exact post Sam was talking about. So that is sound advice. Absolutely. You know, like I remember I was talking with Elohim one day, and he's like, "Oro, I'm 130. Like, do I get rid of my EXP boost?" And I'm like, "I'm gonna tell you right now, do not do it. I guarantee they're gonna be like, people have EXP boosts like building up. They're gonna want to use them. Like, don't get rid of them. Save your EXP boosts and just use. Honestly, don't even use, like, you can use your EXP tickets. To be honest, actually, you need to use your EXP tickets now. You don't want to save them up either, because there's no point. Because let's say you were above the threshold to hit 130 right now. Like, if you're over 200 billion experience right now, you're wasting your stuff. You're wasting your stuff. What? That's right. Gargoyle can only go to 130. Goddamn. I mean, is that a problem? Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, so if you're in that 129 threshold, even that 128 threshold, you wanna, like, if you haven't been pumping your level with tickets, now's the time to do it, because soon enough, like, you won't be able to. And I'm not saying go out and restore all day and spend like $100 every weekend. Like, don't do that. What I'm saying is, like, do it in the morning on, like, Saturday morning, Sunday morning, do other stuff, come back, use your energy for whatever, but just make sure you take advantage of it, because it's free real estate, it's free experience, like, you got to use it. It's free real estate. So, like, it's good advice, really good advice. And they said leveling up in Dew Creek, that is, like I was saying before, like, unless they release some new dungeons with EXP, Dew Creek would have the highest EXP yield to a point. However, we usually do the arcanes with the gold Daruma farming with mounts and stuff, and it's somewhat faster than Dew Creek. It's mainly to do with the frame rate issues of PS4, but the message remains the same, that if you don't take advantage of the tickets now, for those of you who are not 130, then come the new 130, you will not be able to take advantage of them for your leveling. So, you know, do it before it's gone. So that would be some sound advice. But it is very interesting. These new scrolls, pumping a Vanguard to maximum awakening, leveling up is going to be a bit different. Like, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be really, really interesting. Alright, my inventory is full and I can't accept this photo store. Bugging me. Which means I should just like throw something away. Do I have anything worth throwing away? Yes. What is this? Okay. Whew. So, ladies and gentlemen, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Are you excited for the new changes? I mean, if you made it this far in this video, like, kudos to you. I know we got 17 viewers, and that's awesome. You guys are great. You make it so that I enjoy making long videos like this. But I know that other people are gonna like see this video in their notifications. They're gonna be like, "Oh, I want to find out these new numbers," and I'm like, "I'm gonna skip through this whole video till he tells me." But because I'm like that when I watch videos, I want to learn something about a game, and then like I just want my information. And I know it's like that, but that's just not how I do things. But you know, are you guys excited for it? Are you like hoarding EXP tickets and you gotta use them, or were you not sure about it? Like, honest opinion, if you're not 130, just use tickets like crazy. It's free experience. Just use them. Get them in there. Save your EXP boosts indefinitely and just use all the things you can. Like, Genbu is a Vanguard on a mount? Yeah. In a way. Use them tickets. And there's probably going to be a lot of 130s popping up when this update comes. I don't know when it's coming. And since it's a quality of life change, it could come ahead of its time. Like, we got 130. We got access to 130 long before we were supposed to, just because of the game's main like software just being upgraded and quality of life things just being added periodically. So we could see this very soon. Like, they got it in their last part of their summer festival, so we're probably not going to get that summer festival this year, especially not the one they got, especially considering that we're in spooky Octoberland right now. So I mean, shout out to October, just started. So it could come at any time. That's what I'm saying. If you got tickets, you got time on the weekend, use them now or forever hold your peace. You know what I mean? You know. And then we got to be on the lookout for updates that are gonna have those new Vanguard Awakening scrolls. So that's gonna be awesome. We might get in a Halloween. We better get a Halloween update. We better get Tristan in her bomb ass outfit with the bunny hooded ear witch. I love Tristan's Halloween outfit. It's the best. It's the best thing ever. I want it. But that said, guys, it's looking good. Our expectations were beat. Predictions were pretty close. It's about double 130 to hit 135. And on paper, it's like, oh, okay, whatever, you've done this experience is going to be the same thing before. But I'm thinking, I did 90% of the experience I needed to hit 130. All of the experience I needed to hit 130 and 129 in the EXP dungeon. I leveled to 128, and that was it. That was it. Hey, Komedo. Because you showed up, I'll give it to you really straight, really quick, really brief. Level cap's going to 130. We've established this. Experience cap is going down. Like what I have now for experience, 137, will instantly level me up to 131. And it's I didn't really say this, but it's 702 billion experience to get to 135. It is 208 billion to hit 130. So going from 130 to 131 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 is going to be intervals of 104 billion, and then another 90 billion, or 80 billion, 88 billion. Then it's going to be another 100 billion, another 100 billion, and then 200 billion. So it's about 500 billion you need to get from 130 to 135 under these new rules. And the new Vanguard scrolls are going to boost your awakening level to maximum. Not just one, not two, not to the next awakening, to maximum. You have a 1 scroll Vanguard, instantly it's a 5 scroll Vanguard, but it's level 1. Done. Whatever level it is, stays the same. Vanguard's going to max awakening scrolls. It's awesome. It's fantastic. Go grind up your weapons in Azami. Get on that. If you want pro tips of what to do, you want to be proactive, farm Azami now. If you need to get... Now, don't identify too many weapons. If you have too much shit and you try to smelt your game, going to crash. This happened. It's been true since forever. Don't do that. But, like, go farm up a bunch of Azami weapons and just chuck them. Like, we can hold more than 99 stuff now. You can live in Azami. Just go do it. Go farm up all the Azami weapons you want. For when these scrolls come out, you have a Vanguard that's not really leveled up. You can level them up now. Just pump levels into them. Like you have your Lancelot, you have your Gawain, you have your 1 scroll Toshi, whatever it may be. Just go pump up, build up them weapons. Pop, 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 pop. Start leveling them up. Get them high, high, high. And you'll be ready for when they can just instantly 5 scroll when you get those scrolls. Like, I've been doing that sometimes. Like, some mornings, like Sunday mornings, I'll play. Like, I just level up characters I don't really use that aren't really 5 scroll. Like, I haven't done Kojiro. That's for sure. But I did that for Himiko, then I got an extra scroll. She went to 100. But she's only awakened at level 3. So she'll be fine. Like Sakari Kintoki. I don't use her. Ever. I have never summoned this Vanguard and used it. But I've got her to level 65 just from weapons. I just chuck stuff into her. Do that. You'll do yourself a favor. Like, day comes, I'd be able to take Kintoki to 5 scroll. Get a nice Rain and Wind Vanguard. You know, I've done that for... I did that for Lancelot back when I only had 3 scrolls. Hell yeah, I did that. Haven't done it for Tristan yet. Haven't done it for Sanzo yet. He's fine. I have done it to Butler Moroku, though. He is level 74, just off his Azami weapons. And Lunastasia. And Ivis as well. I got her to 70. So, like, I'd be able to get fresh scroll, bam, Ivis is done. But if you wanted my honest opinion of what I would do with that scroll, before, if I thought it was just a single placebo scroll that maxed out the awakening level of 1 Vanguard, like I would just 1 awakening level, I would have put it into my Dark Miyamoto because she's only 4 scroll. However, under these new changes, I would wait until I ever got a Maida Toshi scroll and I would chuck that into Maida faster than you can say, is this a new mount? Like, because... like, my god, that's what I would do. To be honest, with one of these scrolls, considering my position, I would wait till I got like a one of one of the best Vanguards in the game, aka like Maida Toshi, Miyamoto is a different case because you can't really level her up that much. Like, you need scrolls to level her, so she's kind of iffy. But definitely Vanguards like Maida, Oda, Lancelot, like that's your unholy trio of, like, you know, of damage. I would save it on something like that, or like someone said, if you have Kenshin, if you have a one of Kenshin, a one of even Kirin's alright to a degree. Someone's attacking me. Stop attacking me. But that's what I would do. I wouldn't just chuck it in to finish off a Vanguard, unless your Vanguard's already one of those guys. Like, I would, like, wait for me to get a Maida at some point in time, or use it on Gawain, or whatever the next big OP Vanguard that is glorified, like OP as hell. They are like quintessential to curb stomping the next boss. Like, for example, Zunda, right? Zunda would be the biggest example of that. Zunda, Zunko, whatever her name is. Little mochi girl who shoots hyper arrow, and she does like fucking more damage than an apocalyptic nuke in the middle of the desert. Like, She just like, I'm gonna shoot you with a bow and I'm gonna hit you with like 80 damage caps. Wah! Like, Zunda would be a perfect example of someone to use. Even Toyotomi Hideyoshi, I've seen Hideyoshi do crazy damage. Like, but Zunda for sure. Whenever we get the Zunko event, that's who you want to save for. Like, I think it's way more possible, because don't we get you get a free Zunko scroll. To put this in perspective, I am pretty sure when Eva played through the Japanese version on PS4, she was given a free Zunko. I think everyone gets a free Zunko from that event. So, this is the big brain play. You get that free Zunko scroll, you level her up to 100, you get that Awakening Article... What's it called? The Articles of Awakening Vanguard. You get that, you pump it right into Zunko. Done. Free 5-scroll Vanguard. OP is all hell. No gacha involved. You just gotta log in for whenever that event drops. You get her. Make sure you get her. Get that scroll. And you're good to go. It's probably the best play. It's arguably a free-to-play move. However, the hardest part is just going to be getting the Awakening Scroll. I'm not sure how you get them. They're from events. They're from login calendars. Things like that. You just play the event whenever it comes out. Make sure you have a Zunko. Pop that thing into her. You have an instant 5-scroll Zunko, Zunda, whatever her name is. And you're set. You are set. You are set. I think that's the best play you could make with these scrolls. That's what I would advise. Unless you already have, like... But that's the thing. Zunko, I don't think she ever comes back on a Nyankoro pawn. Now, I don't play PC. I don't play JP. I don't know. Like, Zunko's event's over. Has Zunko ever reappeared on a unit? Like, I'm pretty sure, like, San or any other PC people in the chat might know this or not. But I don't know. Has Zunko ever reappeared on a lineup? Because if Zunko has never reappeared on another lineup outside, so nope, she's a guess. So as of right now, that's it. That is it. That is the only time she's appeared as of right now. So thanks, San, Murasaki, be joyful. I think I'm onto something here. Guests never reappeared. Hey Mo, how you doing? If guests never reappear, then unless you're gonna go balls deep on Zunko when she comes out, then hey man, Sakura and Milky Holmes. Yeah, I guess Milky Holmes is like Xbox thing, and Sakura never even appeared on PS4. But Zunko being a guest character, does that matter? Someone's gonna need to test this for me whenever you guys get one of those scrolls, right? So like San or Bejoyful or Murasaki, any of you guys, whenever you get one of those scrolls, try and see if you can use it on Zunko. Because now that I'm thinking, there's a scroll for Vanguards, there's a scroll for mounts, and there's a scroll for resist characters. I don't think there's a difference between guest character and Vanguard, but you never know. You never know. Like, I don't know if they had enough foresight to think into that for Zunko, but minus the login calendar, you can farm up to 1 scroll? Okay. That's cool. But I'm just thinking, like, I don't think it'll matter if they're a guest character, because they're still a Vanguard, right? And I have no way of checking this. I really have no way of knowing. This is a really good topic. A really good, thinking point. But if it is possible to give this scroll to Zunko, then by all means, give it to Zunko. Like, that, or give it to like Maida or someone that isn't as available, but there's no one more limited time than Zunko. And everyone gets a Zunko. So if they are compatible, I say do it. Go for it. They're never coming back. Get it while it's hot. But apart from that, yeah, like if you have a Meta, go get yourself a Meta. If you have yourself a Oda, get yourself an Oda. If you have yourself a Lancelot, get yourself a Lancelot. You know, hook yourself up. Another thing about the only example of Vanguards that you don't want to use one of these scrolls on, in all honesty, you don't want to use one of these on Miyamoto, or you don't want to use one of these on Miyamoto or Sasuke unless they're the only Vanguard you have. Because all that's going to happen is you're going to have a 5-scroll Miyamoto with no way of getting to 150. All it really changes is that you have to, like, you still have to buy scrolls to get her to 150. Apart from that, like, all you're really doing is, like, getting a 5-scroll Miyamoto, which is fine. To be honest, if you have nothing and you have nothing better, getting a 5-scroll Miya is fantastic. But you're still going to have to invest the other 4 or 5 scrolls into her to hit 150. I think you're going to get way more bang out of your buck if you used it on the likes of Zunko, Maeda, Oda, Kenshin, Lancelot, Vanguards like that. That's where you're going to get your big buck out of it. Yeah, like Sans on the right point there. Like probably best to use on guest Vanguards since they're discontinued, Maeda or Ho-Oh. And just the Vanguard being super rare over common ones, yeah. Like, Maeda and Ho-Oh do reappear. They're not discontinued, they're just really rare. And Ho-Oh is good, but she's not as good as she's appeared to be in the dungeons. Like, she's not a bad Vanguard to have, but she's not, outside of her event, she is lackluster compared to just other ones that are universally good, like Maeda, like Zunko, like Mia, like Oda, you know, things like that. And if you have all your Vanguards and you're good, maybe you want to just get that Ifrit up or get that mount up. Personally, I would never use this on an assist Vanguard unless I had everything in the world, and even then I'd hold on to it because something else is going to come. But that's what I think. Yeah, like Ho-Oh can do work against Lucifer. Like I remember what Lyra did with the feathers and stuff. But at the same time, when it comes to Lucifer, 2 Ifrits is gonna be faster than filling up a Ho-Oh just to use her on him. Like, think about that. You know what I mean? Like, if you got to go in there and fill up a Vanguard to fight Lucifer, it's gonna take you longer. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, they are separate. That's right. That's right. That's a good point. That's a good point. You can't waste your Vanguard on that. So if you get a mount scroll or you get an assist scroll, then use it. Absolutely. Good point. Good save. Good save. Absolutely. You can't really mess that up. Well, I mean, you have Hound Dog or Madonna or whatever, but we don't have Madonna. That's for sure. Do not use this scroll on Izuna and Genai. Please. Please. You would physically hurt me in ways of so much disappointment that it would physically inflict harm upon my soul if someone legit like sent me a video of using the article scroll Vanguard on like the likes of Genai and Izuna. Please, do not do that. Do not. Do not. Do not do that. No. It would hurt so much. That'd be like trading, that'd be like buying a new PlayStation 4 and then like trading it for like a PS1 that costs like $20 at a pawn shop. Like, oh my god. Yeah, you might like it, but at the end of the day, what's $20 compared to the guy who just spent $400 PlayStation. Like, you know what I mean? Doesn't make sense. But I'm loving this, guys. 20 people watching the stream. It's great. Good to have you all here. Good to know that people still check their little subscription box when I go live. It's awesome. Sorry for the lack of content lately. Been sick on and off. And just doing things. I played a lot of computer games last week, to be honest. But now that there's more news coming up from Onigiri, it's one of those slow months. Like, the update right now is like, go collect a bunch of shit, trade it in, the story doesn't work, okay, you're done. And, you know, so when the content gets a bit better in game, expect more videos. But this is definitely a good point for Onigiri to be on. E-Experience and these articles, they're gonna be awesome. Be awesome, awesome, awesome. Hopefully we're gonna see them by the new year, before New Year. Like, last New Year was trading, guys. I remember last Christmas, I was like, Japan's getting trading. We're getting trading too. And then it happened, and that was literally a year ago. It's like, okay, you guys got trading. Tiamat's not fixed yet. And, you know, like, if I had a little stamp card for every update that went by where Tiamat was not fixed, I would have been like, I'm like, I want a free Vanguard. I got 7 stamps right here. I want a Raid and a White Brilliance. Come here. I got stamps. But you're welcome, Fizzy. You're welcome, sir. I think I saw you log in the other day. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for coming out. I'm glad you enjoyed the stream. I'm going to be getting off pretty soon. Love you guys. It's awesome coming to the channel, having people here watching. It's great. Hopefully you reevaluate your EXP. You pay more attention to EXP tickets. You pay more attention to where you are relative. And like I said, like, if you want to find the EXP values yourself, you can just go to Onigiri forums and then just type in like 135 at the top. Translate the page, and you're gonna have the listings of EXP there, so manage yourselves accordingly. And if you want, you can just like EXP ticket yourself to 130 if you want, like the 200 some billion. You know, that's easier said than done. But in the end, you're still gonna be able to do that post update. You're still gonna be able to use EXP tickets to get to 130. It's just getting beyond it's not gonna work. So bit more of a priority to try and hit that. You know, try and get past the new 130 threshold so you can use them tickets. Yeah. If you think the 130 grind hurts now, 135 is doing it in dungeon, start to finish. So those who are 130 now get a head start. Everyone else is gonna be like, man, hitting 130 wasn't that bad. I watched this video from that Oro guy, and he said that the EXP was gonna cost like $400 or $500. Ha! It only cost me like $200, and I got there. What a steal! Oh my God! Let's go to 131. What do you mean I can't do that? Oh no! And then their whole world falls down. You know? Oh no! Yeah. So I said it 3 times. I'm getting out of here, guys. It's been a great stream. It's been great, and we'll see you guys. The more, if I learn anything else more about this, or you know, we learn about the assist partners, anything like that, I'll be sure to let you guys know. And once again, thanks to San and Lily for posting their stuff in the Discord. Discord's great. Sometimes it's just shit posting, memes, all that stuff, but you know, if you're not in it and you want to be in it, just look up the Aurogiri video about the Discord and you're free to join. So, see y'all. Yeah. Alrighty. Peace out. Have a good night. And happy Thanksgiving. Oh no, you guys have Thanksgiving in November. We have it in our Thanksgiving is like a week from today. A week from yesterday in Canada. So, you know, Thanksgiving's coming. And I am going. So, there we go.